and welcome to my multi-streaming tour. My name is Zojie. If you don't already know me, I'm a V-singer, VTuber, and multi-streamer to Kick, Twitch, YouTube, and X, and TikTok pending. And I want to get on here to just kind of go through what my setup looks like, because I have a very, I don't know, I don't know if it's unique, but I use Streamerbot and Kickbot and all those other fun things. I was gonna script this, but I ended up not scripting it at all because, well, it's just hard for me to figure out how exactly I wanted to format this, organize it. Since I am a VTuber, there will be probably like a VTuber section, and then I will also have like a Streamerbot section, and I'll try not to mix them too much since not everyone watching this might be a VTuber. And I wanted it to help as many people as possible, since the only good tutorial I could find for this was literally in Spanish, and not everyone speaks Spanish, so I hope that this helps you. So, quick little, I guess, like, beginning thing. I wanted to talk about, like, the tech specs of multi-streaming. So, I'm gonna leave my setup info, like, my rig, below in the description, so, that you know, like, what I'm working with, and you can compare it to yours. I typically stream like 5 days a week. I'm a full-time streamer. I don't typically have like issues with stuff most of the time. But with multi-streaming, I will say Ethernet is best if you have an Ethernet connection. There are different ways to multi-stream. There are you can use free services like se.live, which is Stream Elements live version. That's what I use. And your PC is doing all the work to multi-stream to multiple different platforms, and that's it's kind of nice because it's free, and it also is well, free. And then you have other services that you can use. So if you're like, well, I don't have I don't have Ethernet, and I have a hard time just getting my one stream to stay connected and stuff, then you will probably want to use another service such as Streamlabs or Restream.io. But before you pay for those services, I will say that you might want to check like the ping, because for me, because I started out using those services, and they were like pretty bad because you have to have like you have to be close enough to their servers, right? And I was not. So I think that I'm kind of like in a rare sort of situation because of where I live. But I think that overall, like, most people will be fine using Restream, but just, if you live in a really extremely rural location, or on an island or something like that, then you probably, you definitely want to check the ping, to make sure that you're not paying for terrible connection, because essentially what these services do is they just take a copy of your one stream and then they're broadcasting it to other streaming platforms for you. Doing it that way or doing it like with your own PC is not really any different functionally. It's not going to affect like redeems or anything like that, like, because I did it for a while and it never affected anything like that. Everything is like designed to work still on your different streams, so you don't need to worry about that or anything. But yeah, so that's just something to mention for the tech stuff, because it is not always... Is my cat stuck in here? I don't know. So yeah. So anyways, I just wanted to do a quick thing about that. Oh, she is. So yeah, anyways, I just wanted to do a quick thing about the tech and everything like that before I move on to the rest of this, which is I think I'm gonna go over like the VTube Studio stuff first, or actually yeah, so I just wanted to go over that. So let's take a little tour now. I'm gonna turn this on, and yeah. All right, so we're in VTube Studio right now. I'm actually going to show you this first. So this is my Stream Deck. All right, I have two different Stream Decks, and yeah, so we're gonna start the tour now. So with all that stuff about tech being said, I'm going to just take you through the apps I use. I'm mostly going to be talking about VTube Studio and Streamerbot in this video, but I also just wanted to show like apps I use as well, because you know, it's a streaming tour. So this is my Stream Deck layout that I have. I have two different Stream Decks. I have a Stream Deck Plus, which has like knobs on it and stuff. And then I also have like a Stream Deck XL, which is like a lot of buttons, which this is mainly like my toggles, my soundboard, and extras. And then the Plus, this is my Go Live button here. And what this does essentially, it opens all the apps that I need. It's a multi-action. And I have it open OBS, Twitch throwing system, Streamerbot, Social Stream. I'll go over these apps, but this is like essentially where I start when I go to hit live, and so I thought I would just like go over this part first, because it just makes sense. So yeah, this is like what I've got here, some sound files, and then these are toggles for my tails, which these I'm pressing the button like on the actual Stream Deck, and I can hold my controller, I can hold my mic, I can do heavy metal, I have a jacket, I can toggle on and off, I can move my model around on like an X or Y axis. Whoa, that was really crazy. But yeah, and then on the other one I have these right here, which is what I just used to fix when I like moved that. So, you know, I can be really close up, I can be a full body, or I can be, you know, on the side chilling here. And I have a couple of other ones too. But yeah, these are all different like emotion toggles and stuff, so that, you know, I can have feelings and express myself a bit more while I am streaming. And it's right next to my hand, like when I'm using the mouse. It's very easy for me to do. Doesn't take that much time. Soundboard and extras, like I said before. I also have plans in the future to do, because I have more than just one outfit. In case you're wondering, why does she just use a random picture of her neck? This is my punk outfit, and I have actually more outfits that I haven't set up yet. But I really love this because like in this Stream Deck actually communicates with VTube Studio, so you can like change model and trigger hotkey is probably the like best one. You can also choose to reload a model and open a different model if you'd like to. So yeah, you can basically, like, it's so easy. Like, it's almost hard for me to explain because it's so easy. You just like, you can put whatever picture here you want, or a GIF if you want. The GIFs do not move up here, but they do move on the Stream Deck if you happen to have a Stream Deck. This is just so easy. It's such a life-changing thing to have a Stream Deck, honestly. And you can pick, I have a lot of models, sorry, but you just pick like which model it is, and then you just set up your expression, and then that's it. And then you can just like have them at your fingertips. It's really that easy. It's pretty cool. So I just wanted to show that first before we get into I guess we'll get into the VTube Studio thing right now because so essentially, maybe I'll come here so you can see my face. So essentially, this is the settings is like where most of the stuff is, and especially if you got a customizable or anything like that, you're gonna want to like obviously kind of start in here. So you have a little tour of VTube Studio. You can obviously change your model here, change the background, and this is where you add things like item settings and things like that. And then you can lock your model so you can't drag it away. You can unlock all your loaded items. It keeps disappearing and I keep having to double click to get to open back up. But the settings is where you're going to spend most of your time. So the regular settings is like your connections. So, you know, everything that you have, your microphone, Twitch also. I use Twitch. I do this like all the time. So I don't know if showing that code is bad or not. I don't know. But anyways, hopefully not. But yeah, showing Twitch. This is where all your connections are, basically. And this is where your tracking is and stuff. This is your just like your whatever tracking that you use, your blink sensitivity. You can adjust these a little bit just based on, you know, what you prefer and get a feel for it. And then when you go to, like, if you wanted to change what your model looks like, so like sometimes, well, actually, hold on. Before I show you this menu, the model settings, I'm going to show you the expressions, because this is like, because the expressions are so important for being toggled, like how you saw in my Stream Deck, which is why that's kind of a cool example, actually, that when you go in here, oh wait, I'm in the way. How do I get myself out of the way? When you go in here and you go to like hotkey, this is the expression. This is this. This is this here. So it has all the same stuff as here. So everything that you want to toggle is gonna need to be here, basically. And so because of that, you gotta set these up, right? I have a lot of toggles, so I'm sorry, it's a little overwhelming. I also have the Prism 2.0 customizable model. That's what this model is that you're seeing right now. It's definitely quite interesting because the Prism model actually, the model itself is actually just my head. Believe it or not, the body and the tails are completely separate live 2D items, which I'll get into in a second here. But basically the items are just like when you import like an image or something like to add to the model. I'll show you that in a minute, but essentially these are like all of my expressions, like this and like baka and like this and like this. Wow. And like this. And I also have like side ears as well. I can drop my ears to the side, which is cool. I have lots of different expressions. And I also I have like art meshes as well saved for different colorations, which is fun. And then these are all of my redeems, which I'll get into that in a second. Okay. And you can turn them on or off. It's pretty cool. This is I think Punk Zojie is actually the body. And so I don't even have anything to toggle this on and off because I didn't want to like accidentally be a floating head. But essentially I am actually a floating head. Dun, dun, dun. And so, yeah, I even made live 2D item actions for that, which this is like the microphone that I showed you earlier and all of that. So, yeah. So the item settings is kind of how you do all that, and I'm just gonna configure something because these are like this is my body here. So this is like my floating moon. Oh wait, you can't really see it too well, I guess. But this basically, I'm sorry, you can't see it, but I don't know why it's doing that. It's really odd. But essentially, all you're not seeing is the tail. It just says tail, basically. And then here's my clothes. That's the one I'm gonna actually use anyways, because they're all the same. So, you have this menu here. Oh god, you can't really see that either, can you? Huh, that's very interesting. I don't understand why it's like that. I don't understand. Oh, you know why it's like that? Because... Okay, yep, that makes sense, actually. Jeez. I wonder how long it's been that I did that. I don't know. I don't know. Anyways. I'm so great at making tutorials. Okay, so... So this is basically what you would see for something like this. And if you have the Prison 2.0, this is like probably helpful, maybe. But essentially this is like my body, and you can actually like set colors for the art mesh for this as well, which it's gonna freeze and take a while to load. But essentially, you know, the body, I mean, I haven't really talked about art mesh, I guess. Let me see. Yeah, so like if I wanted to change the color of this, then I could change it. I'm not going to, but the idea is that I could if I wanted to, right? Crap, what was even the color? I don't know. Well, I'm just gonna turn it off. There we go. Because it's, you can mess stuff up too. Not really, but just, you know, you can just turn it off if you don't want what you just did and start over. But yeah, that's essentially, you can change. Mine is extremely detailed. Not all customizable models are this detailed. And if you have a custom model that an artist made for you, you may want to not do this unless you have their permission, because yeah, not everyone does. Okay, here's like where the expressions are for this. You can turn them on and off or set expression hotkeys. This is, you can do this for a lot of live 2D items, and so this is how you would turn them into expressions, is by doing this, which is all of these are like my punk hand, my mic. There's some other ones in here too that are older for other models that aren't around anymore. But yeah, basically the metal hand, you know, that's, I set this up by creating a new expression, and see how, you know, this is like, so if I wanted to change something, I would say, oh, I want to toggle to make my boobs bigger or smaller. And then I would just say, I would be like small booba or something. I don't know. And then I would save it. And then you'd go down here and small booba would be, you know, so then you can turn certain ones on or off. Small booba on, small booba off. You see that? You see that? That's kind of how the whole thing works with customizable models. Is you just, if you want like one thing, you just edit that one thing and then you just save it, and it just works like that. Okay. I'm not going to be using that, but I just wanted to show you an example of what that looks like. Okay. And then, so if I were to put it on, I would say, okay, you know, but I'm not going to do that. And then what I could do now that I have set that as a toggle is I could go back to my expressions now. In the expression editor, I could say hotkey action, and I could go set, unset expression. Actually, so because that was actually, that's a live 2D item action, I think. So that would be, I have to find it. Wait. Or wait, no, actually, I think that one is just a regular expression, isn't it? No, it's not. It's... No, it is. It has to be a live 2D item action. Pattern. I gotta find it. Left mic. Console. Remove all expressions. It's on the punk one, so it would be on that one, I think, is the punk one. I'm looking for it. I'm not seeing anything that says like breast size or anything like that. I can't actually find it in here. Console, tail. Yeah, I can't actually find it. So maybe I didn't. Actually, I may have missed a step in it. Because with this one, wait, no. It's prism close punk, and it should be there because it's right here. So I don't know. I might just have to restart VTube Studio because small booba should be under there. Maybe I have to turn it on in order to turn it off. Is that what it is? I have to turn it on in order to turn it... Wait, not this one. This one. And this is the Prism Punk. And it is... Dude, what? Why isn't it here? It's... That would be editing it. That's so weird because it should be here and I don't know why it's not. I don't know why it isn't. I honestly think I just need to restart VTube Studio and it'll probably be in here. So I'm going to turn off VTube Studio and just reopen it. We're just reopening it. Cause, yeah. Alright, so now if I go here, maybe it'll be there now. What the heck? Nope. It has to be an item action. Has to be. I don't understand why it's not in here. That's so weird. Prism. Punk. Oh, maybe I need to set an expression hotkey or else it won't work. Even if it's just like temporary, I think you have to just freaking set it so that it, yeah, so that it's toggling. Pain in the ass. And then, okay, so then you go, oops, then you go back in here. And it should be here. Ha! Yeah, so that's what it is. All right, so that's what you have to do, is you have to make sure to set an expression. So that's what it is. Jesus freaking Christ. So yeah, basically, so if you wanted to, for like live 2D item actions, if you have that, I mean, it's pretty rare to have this. You have to have something specifically for it. But obviously, what more people will probably find more relatable is the actual, like model itself, which is simply in the expression editor. You can just create a new expression, and then, you know, say I wanted to have, I don't know, butterfly. I don't know what that means. Oh, right, that's on this model. It's not like a thing. I don't know. Maybe I wanted to have this long freaking bang or something. And then I would name it like bang. Okay, and then it would just be called bang. There it is. Okay. So oops. So then you would just go down here and, you know, you could name it bang, and then you could wait, not this one. I mean, I guess I created that other one. Okay, well, anyways, so yeah, you go to here, and then you would do set unset expression, and then bang. And then I say I wanted it to be that or something, and look at that. It's the bang, right? And I didn't color it or anything, so that's just what it looks like, and I'm turning it off and on. What I generally do for my model is I actually use an art mesh instead of the traditional color, so I just leave everything white, and then I go into the art mesh. Okay, so the art mesh is in this other menu, which I'm gonna just hide that so you can actually freaking see. God. And then so it's in this menu here, and then you would say customize model, and you would customize multiply screen color for art meshes. And basically what that does is it will load, and it takes a long time to load. Don't touch your computer until it finishes loading, because it's just like gonna be frozen, and it's not broken. It's just taking a long time to load every single texture, especially if you have a very complex model like this one. And then you can actually click on each individual piece of the model and change its color. It's very simple. It's not super complicated at all. And then you just click OK when you're done. And then when you've done your color, you can go into, that's actually for debugging this reload model texture when I change my model's textures. That's a whole other freaking thing. But what's one where where's my art mesh at? Where's my art mesh at? Art mesh. Oh, here's like a test that I did. So, what did I do? Left down for this. What even is this? I don't even remember like what this is. Oh, I turned it off. That's why it's not working. Here's the base art mesh, right? So this is my art mesh. And you would hit record settings to record where your art mesh is, and it'll say the art mesh count here. And this is how you save it, okay? So how I can toggle this is using right shift. So boom. And that is how that works, right? So I colored everything. Oh my god, freaking shut up. No. Freaking get out of here. So yeah. That is how you do that, and it's pretty great. As far as expressions or like so Twitch has a fun thing here where you can literally just like turn this on, okay, and then turn this on. You have to turn both of these on. They typically are both off, and sometimes I would be like, why isn't it working? And it's because you have to literally turn it on here, like so funny. And then you hit Twitch redeem trigger, and then you can pick from your list. It connects with Twitch so that you can see. And then I have my head pat here, and to stop after 15 seconds of head patting, and that just works. And so I can take that also into Stream Deck as well, and just set all of those for, you know, if someone were to redeem it and it didn't trigger for whatever reason. I don't know. It doesn't really happen that often, but same thing with the integrated throwing system as well. But I'll get into that a little bit. I actually use Streamerbot as well for some of that. God, I hope I'm like decent enough at explaining this. I'm trying my best. Anyways, I'm going to I'm gonna bring back my model because I'm gonna go out of VTube Studio now. I think I've covered like the super basic stuff as far as colors go and like setting expressions. Oh, actually there's one more thing. There was one more thing, which is just so like if you wanted to make like a head pat, for example, let me see if I can find like a different one or something, or I don't know, actually just anything. So I'm just gonna select this blanket. So if it's like this 4 here, yours would probably say 1, but I have like a million things on, so mine says 4. But you can, this just means it's in front of the model. If you were to move it back here, it's behind the model. And this you don't want because that's the same layer your model's on. So, and then you do want to pin the item in most cases to the live 2D model, unless it's like a desk or something like static. All right. And let's just say, I don't know, this is like not super good placement, but we're just gonna say that it is. Okay. It's not super great, but you know, it's hanging on. All right. So basically, so let's say I want to be able to toggle this on and off, and this goes with anything that in VTube Studio that's an item, including live 2D items too, like my tails and my body even. But essentially, you know, you'd configure your loaded items. Oh, there's my tails. And then you would click on whatever item that you had. And oh wait, actually, sorry. If you're happy with this, you can do more stuff in that menu. But if you're happy with this, then what you can do is you can do item scenes for hotkeys and create a new item scene. And then you would select, if you want everything on the screen, you would select everything. But if you only want this, you would select that, and then you would name it. I'm not going to save this because I really don't want it in my files. But you would just name it and save it. But I think if you deselect these though, which these are like my body, my tail, like it's all very important stuff. So I'm not gonna obviously do that. Most people do not have this craziness that I have anyways, and it would just be one thing at a time. It's other people have more simple things than me, but this is this is just like what would be included in your item scene. And then what you could do is I'm actually gonna cancel this. I'm gonna delete it. There you go. You can delete stuff that way by, you can also like click and drag it off, but I think it was pinned to me, so so you can go into your expressions then, and then just like the head pat one, which is here somewhere, just like the head pat one, you would say toggle item scene. Okay, toggle item scene, which is here, which I already have selected, and then it's head pat 3 because I have other models that have other head pats stored. And you could make a key combination, like, you know, shift, alt, whatever the frick you want. I usually keep, and I just have this, I usually just keep them empty, and then I just attach Twitch to it. And you just want to make sure that you do this stop after seconds, unless you want it to be on the whole freaking time, right? So that's how everything is done for like toggles, and I just do this for Twitch. Now, if you want to do it on Kick and YouTube, you're gonna need a little app called Streamerbot. Streamerbot is free and it's awesome, and that's why I was kind of saving it for last, because it's a good segue into that. I hope that part was helpful. I don't know if it was, or if I left stuff out. I don't know. I might have to make some other follow-up videos. I'm not super experienced at doing this. But, you know, I was going to do this live, so, I mean, I think this is a pretty close second. All right, so I'm closing this. I'm going to open my model back up, because we're going to go into Streamerbot now. Oh, hello. My model is kind of, like, super in the way. Hold on. There you go. So, when you download Streamerbot, you're just going to go to Streamerbot and you're going to download this. It's very easy. I'm not going to go over how to download it, because you need to know how to use the internet, okay? You're just going to download it like normal and extract it into a normal folder, like, you know, documents or programs or something, okay? Don't just like leave all the files hanging out loosely, all right? Very important. There's a reason why I say this, okay? Do not do that. Don't be like me. Don't be like me. Have a real folder for your files, because that created an issue that a lengthy issue that I had personally. Okay, so the first thing that you're going to want to do with this is obviously go to your platforms and connect all your platforms, all right, that you have. So Kick and YouTube, very easy. You just log in, right? I strongly recommend for Kick having a bot account. Make a bot account and could just call it whatever you want. Mine is called Juju, and it is my Juju, my Raiju stream pet Juju. So, and it's his little profile picture. So I have my stream pet bot managing my account, and it's super cute. So yeah, I would recommend that you make one for Kick, especially. For the other accounts, meh, doesn't really matter. All right, so Streamerbot has been complicated in the past, all right? It's been complicated before, but essentially, it's really not that hard once you connect all your platforms, it's very simple to do. You just log in, and then you also probably want to make like an account for Streamerbot. It just makes it easier to keep track of your settings and all that other fun stuff. But you're going to mostly exist in this area. This is the main area, which is the Actions tab, okay? So the actions are like stuff you can do. The triggers are what triggers this stuff, and then the sub-actions are the actual stuff, all right? So, for example, I don't have much stuff on Twitch here because it's managed for, like, through other apps or directly through like VTube Studio or whatever. But for example, Actually, what's a better example? I'm not using kick because it's a little, well, yeah. So feed the fox. Okay. Feed the fox. I want to be basically I want someone to be able to trigger feed the fox action. Trigger. This is what triggers the command, and it's the command triggered feed the fox. All right, which is in core commands. How is it in core commands? Command triggered. Command triggered, and then there's, oh, it's because for YouTube, all right, YouTube is actually pretty easy. So I was trying to remember how I did this. So you go to commands, and then you make them, and that's pretty much it. You add a command, you say ada ada, command is exclamation point ada ada. Actually, wait. Well, we're doing feed the fox, I guess, as an example. So feed the fox, normal. You feel free to copy my settings, okay? Feed the fox. That's what I want people to type. Cooldowns, I have it a global cooldown of 10 seconds. This is very important with text commands because your computer is handling these things, and you don't want someone to spam this over and over and over again. So you definitely want to have a cooldown so that your computer can at least finish the action before another one is triggered, okay? And at least like have like set like a queue up, all right? That's why that cooldown is very important. So, and then make sure on your sources, whatever it's used for, that you only select, you know, that one and not like some other one, okay? So that's it. It's really quite simple. And then you would go in here, and I am doing a VTube Studio trigger hotkey because you can connect your OBS, which obviously you should, your throwing system, which is the Twitch integrated throwing system, VTube Studio. My Stream Deck connects with this. We're going to go over kick in a minute. It's just the most complicated one, so I'm saving it for last. Yeah, so for Twitch, it's super easy. I have my auto shoutouts here, and it's literally just Twitch chat, first words, and it has to be this user. So I have like my user set up, and then it's a Twitch message that shout outs a user, and it also sends a regular shout out so that they are shouted out. Shouty outies. Twitch is so easy to just literally like right click, add Twitch. Oh wait, I'm in the way. Right click, add Twitch, and then you want something to happen when they raid you, you click that, emotes, whatever, like, you know, just channel goal, channel reward, you know, whatever you want. And then down here, it's to add a sub action. This is what actually happens. Okay, so this is what you want to happen. Twitch, and then you would go to like chat or something, or but yeah, this is literally it's literally just Twitch message and then shout out user at %user%, which is the command. So that's the percents are just like what Streamerbot uses to communicate. So it's just kind of like, you can just copy mine, that's fine, because it's the same thing. And I actually have like I have a different thing, a different like bot that actually does stuff like when that's typed. So I just need to send a message, but there's like a bunch of different ways obviously you can do this, right? And then so for this one, this is just core commands, and for command triggered, yes, and feed the fox, which I just showed you, we set up in commands. And then in here, it is VTube Studio actually has like a thing in here, which it's not showing up right now because, oh wait, no, I do have it connected. No, it's going to be in integration. Sorry. Okay. Integrations, and then VTube Studio, and you can do all kinds of stuff, trigger hotkeys and stuff like that. And there's a lot more you can do actually. And then I always set mine to delay for a while, and then throwing system activate trigger, because I actually my Feed the Fox is both it's both a in VTube Studio, and it also is in Twitch integrated throwing system. So through YouTube and Kick, you can access the Twitch integrated throwing system through Streamerbot, which is pretty freaking cool. So okay, and then for Kick, now this is the complex one, because in order to do Kick, because Kick's things are just like literally it's kind of basic by itself. So if you go to here, you do see that Kick is connected here. Freaking in the way again. Oh, I'm in the way even more now. You do see, there we go, that Kick is connected and you can do things, but you know, like, well, that reward redemption, I don't even actually know what that is. Oh, do they like literally just add this now, so it's like way easier? I don't know, but I have no idea. But basically that's very interesting. This is just the auto shout out, by the way, but I was just like, you know, Kick doesn't have quite as many things in it because I think their API is just not like fully out yet or whatever. So so yeah, but Kick does work for first words, and this can give you like auto shout outs, which is literally just, I already have Botrix that does like the shout out when you type !SO. So it's, you know, like that's how I do it. I just have Streamerbot send a message, tell your friends. But if you want to do something like this, I know this looks really crazy, but it's actually, it's not really. So for Sniffa, I have a custom, so this is like Kickbot, and Kickbot is a system that allows you to use like the channel point rewards, which it looks like Kick actually may have added channel point rewards in the middle of this tutorial. I was just like, okay, that's new. I don't remember that happening, but if that's true, like that's pretty crazy. Channel reward, because I mean, what else could this even be, right? What else could this be? It couldn't be anything else other than my redeems. So that's freaking crazy, dude. Because if that's the case, then you may actually not even need Kickbot, but I'm still going to show you how to download it anyways, because there might be something on it that maybe you really want. Like, so if you go to like, add, where is it? Oh no, it's under the triggers. So it's add, custom Kick, and that's where the Kickbot is. Like, okay, so freaking A, dude. That's where the custom like Kickbot thing is. So there's like a lot more you can do with Kickbot, like subscriptions, sub gifts, multiple sub gifts, 1, channel when someone follows, when there's kicks gifted, there is just commands, cooldowns. There's all kinds of like different stuff that you can do with Kickbot. So I think it is still worth doing, but man, stuff actually looks like kind of different since I've been in here last time, dude, I swear. So anyways, in order to get Kickbot, you're going to need to download it, and I'm going to show you where you get it from. So, I'm going to leave this link in the description, but essentially, this is actually not the page. I was looking in the, okay, so it would be this one here that you would download, this one, okay? And then once you download it, then you're going to go to your file folders, right, where you downloaded it from. And then we're going to open this to view all the files, okay? And then you're going to right click down here on Streamerbot, right click Streamerbot properties, and then you're going to open the file location, All right. And then you're going to scroll and look for a folder called DLLS. All right. If you don't have this folder, freaking make it. Just literally right click, new folder, and then name it that. All right. Because in this, we're actually you're going to extract all of this just right in here. Okay. But I already have it all in there, so I'm not going to do it. But as you can see, it's all the same stuff. All right. So the other thing that you have to do once you do that is you have to go to import here, import string, and then you're just gonna quite very simply, where the frick did it go? Quite very simply, you're gonna drag this actions into here. All right. Wait. Oh, it's because this is the unextracted. My bad. I should have closed the other one. That's okay. I'm just gonna go to this properties, open file location. I'm gonna close this one and go to the DLLS folder, actions, and then drag just the actions in here, okay? And so that is gonna give you Kickbot, all right? And then I already have it, so I'm not gonna click import, but you could just leave everything like this, okay? And import. All right, obviously I already have it, so I'm not going to do that. And then this guy, this Kickbot right here is going to show up. And what you need to do is if it should automatically pop up with a thing for you to log in to Kick, because it needs to log into your Kick, obviously, in order to work. So you're going to have to log into Kick, and you can use the test trigger above to test trigger and then open it. And then it's going to have this that pops up, okay? And you're going to log in. If you have problems logging in, the page on here has issues here, and you can go in here and read it. But basically, if you have a Google account, sometimes you need to actually make like a real username and password on Kick, which you can do by just like signing out, and then I think you can like change, no, I think you can just change your password, and that will kind of trigger you to have like a username and password, I think, on Kick, because it has issues with Google accounts connected to Kick. So you probably will have to just make a username. I don't know if they've like fixed this or not. It seems like they haven't. So just, make a regular account. It doesn't matter if you have two-factor authentication on either. It should prompt you to enter. If it doesn't, just wait like 30 minutes, because that actually happened to me where it wouldn't like let me into my account because it wasn't triggering the like two-factor authentication code. But after about a half hour, it did work. So just wait for a bit. And then if anything goes wrong, just uninstall Kickbot or just delete it, and then just start over from just delete it in the folder, in the Streamerbot folder, and start over with it. And it should be good. Sometimes, I don't know, if people just have issues or you do it wrong or whatever, and it's no big deal. You just start over and try again. But yeah, so then once you have Kickbot, you can do all these cool things. So for example, for my auto redeem, we do like a add custom Kick, and then rewards, and then you can select a reward from the list. Now obviously, there's it seems like there's another option for that now, which is cool. But so this stuff here, it looks really complicated, but it's really not. So Kick add target info, which is target user. Hold on, let me just go in here. It is literally this is part of the, where is this at again? It's like in Kick. It's been a little bit since I did this. I think it's in the custom, actually. Or no. It is in Kick. And it is get user info for target. So basically that just means like, hey, Kick, get the username from the chat who triggered this. All right? It's basically asking Kick who dat. Okay. So then once it has that information, you can, so these are actually in OBS. So this is quite literally just this set GDI text changes an OBS text box. So if you have like a text box that you make like on OBS, like, you know, right click, add a source and add text type of thing, and you can actually use this so that it changes this text to the username, which is why we told asked Kick who dat. Oh wait, I'm in the way again. There's a username here because we just asked Kick who dat, and this is why we did this, so that we could do this. Just redeemed reward title, which is obviously up here, so it knows where it is. Okay, and then OBS Studio Source visibility state means, hey, OBS, show this thing and unhide it. So basically what I did, this is going to be crazy, but I'm sorry, but I have to show you. So on this version of this, basically what I did is oh wait, I have to actually show you the display capture. Sorry. So I have a lot of stuff. Please don't mind me. Where is it? Is it? No. It's I thought I put it like in a folder somewhere, didn't I? Oh, here it is. Sound alerts. Okay, so these are all the alerts that I have. What were we just looking at? So I just literally have the auto pick, which looks like this, and the auto sound, which plays when it's unhidden, because it is set to do that. Okay, and it says show nothing when playback ends, and you know, restart playback when source becomes active. So that every time you make it active, it plays, and then it gets hidden again. Okay, by Streamerbot. Streamerbot is the one who hides and unhides this. You don't want to hide this folder, obviously, because if you hide this folder, it's not going to have access to unhiding these. So don't do that. Okay, but that's literally it. That's like all that's really happening. It looks a lot more complicated than it actually is. And so I'm going to go back to this one now, because it's just, I'm just going to zoom myself out a little bit or something in. All right. So I'm too big for this. All right. So that's basically what's happening is, and all of these are in integrations. Wait, no, not integrations. OBS Studio. It's like literally right here. You can, what I've done is source visibility, set source visibility state. And that's basically what I did. Same thing with the text. It's just literally all in OBS. Where are we at? There we are. OBS set GDI text. Boom. That's where you would set that's where you find these commands at. And so I have it basically when someone triggers this, when someone redeems this on Kick, Streamerbot is being like, yo, Kick, who dat? And then it's filling in the text, and then the visibility state of the photo and the text and the sound come up. Okay, so what this looks like is, actually it's not going to show up here. Frick, I have to go back. It's not going to show up here. What this looks like is that. So it's unhiding it and it's showing it here. Obviously the user is blank because it's a test, and so there is actually no one triggering it. It's a test trigger, so obviously that would happen. And then I have it delay for like a few seconds to leave it up there, which I can't remember. I think it's like 5,000 is, I don't know how many seconds it is. It's enough. That's all I know. And then I have it to unset that, so hide it after this delay. And then I also have it delay again because of what I talked about earlier, which was quite literally, you don't want someone to constantly be redeeming this or someone to redeem it twice. And then you have like an issue where, you know, somebody is like literally, just spamming it, and then your PC, it's running through OBS on your PC. So you don't want to overwhelm it while it's already running all these streaming apps. Okay. And then, yeah, the YouTube one is super easy as well. It's, I have the exact same thing on YouTube, these chains. You can do so much with Streamerbot, so much with it that I'm not even using, I have not even scratched the surface of Streamerbot, but that's basically how to use it. That's really all you need. And if to set up your integrations, I never really went over this, but it's in integrations. I don't know. I feel like that's pretty self-explanatory personally, but you know, they're right here. So if you need, you know, this is where VTube Studio throws this in. They even have Streamlabs. They have Stream Elements. They have all these things here, for you to, integrate with your setup. And yeah, so that is basically what we've got. And I do have like some cues as well. The default is honestly fine, but you just want to change the blocking to yes so that it actually cues. So that's it. You could do this to default. I don't know why I even made another one, but you just, blocking means like, there it is. When enabled, actions in this queue will be run in sequence. Each action waits for the previous one to complete before running. And so because of that, I have all of these redeems under redeem wait, except for a couple of them, which is the kickbot and the auto shoutouts, because the auto shoutouts already have a cooldown somewhere else. The auto shoutouts have a cooldown in Botrix, I'm pretty sure. Oh wait, no. Yep. They do. In Botrix. And if you make a new friend, you can just add more for auto shoutout. But yeah, that's kind of what I've got. Obviously YouTube does not have that. We don't need auto shoutouts for that. But I also have the Twitch auto shoutouts because, you know, I like to be able to shout out my friends that come on and say hi all the time. And yeah, so that's pretty much it. Yeah, I have to start my stream soon actually. So I hope you enjoyed this video. I tried my best to explain everything. I probably could make a better video, but I mean, I don't know. Like, I'm not very good at like formally making scripted fancy videos. So I'm more of like a go with the flow type of person. So I hope this helps anyone, and I hope it simplifies the process a little bit and makes it not so scary, because it's really not. It's like pretty simple, honestly, when you get down to it. But yeah, if you have questions, just leave them in the comments below. I might make another video answering your question, a short, or maybe just a comment if I feel like that's enough. If you like this video, please like and subscribe and show your support, and I'll see you in the next one. Again, my name's Zojie Rain, your Stormy Space Fox VTuber, V-Singer, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye bye!